FindTheBass.com is an online information sharing site that is designed to help you eliminate water and pattern the bass before you even leave the house. It features a database unlike anything else you've ever seen and is guaranteed to help you catch more bass. Let's take a look at how it works. Simply sign in and click on Search the Fishing Log Database. You can get as specific with this or as general as you'd like. We'll start with a pretty general search. Let's just pick April. And as far as the water types, you can select reservoirs, natural lakes, rivers, or tidal rivers. And let's just select reservoirs for now. You can search for a particular body of water, location, sublocation, weather, water visibility, surface temperature, structures, covers, lures, depth fished. You can even decide if you want to search just for smallmouth. In this one, we're just going to search for pretty much anything. We'll see, again, just keep it pretty general. You can even decide if you want to search for tournament entries or non-tournament entries. Let's see what we have here. All right, we'll make this a little bigger so it's a little bit easier to read. And April was our first month of being online, and we have 9 pages of entries. That's not too bad. As you scroll through, it's a little bit difficult to see exactly what we had to work with yet, but you can get the general idea of what's being shown. It's going to show you the structure the fish were caught on, the cover, the type of lure, the depth that was fished, surface temperature. It gives you a lot of information to work with. But the way it's laid out right now, it makes it a little bit tough to see exactly what the most productive place was on the lake, but from a quick glance it looks like the 3L section was where we want to be. But let's go back now. And now let's sort by location. What does that mean? What do we mean when we talk about location? Well, just knowing that fish were caught on main lake points is not specific enough, especially when you're dealing with a lake as big as, say, like Toledo Bend. It's too general. It's not going to, you could spend a month trying to fish main lake points and never find exactly the most productive area. What we do is we're going to break this lake down into sections. Starting with the river that feeds the lake, that'll be listed as a 4L. Then the remaining lake will be broken out into thirds, 1L being down at the dam breast and working its way back up through with 2L and 3L. So now as we go through and look, we can see that it's going to put all the 1Ls together. It's going to list the 2Ls together. And then the 3Ls are going to be together. And as you can see, the 3L is definitely the most common place to fish during April. Now, what can you do with this information? Now, it's really up to you as far as what you want to do with it now. You can use it as it is now, but what I like to do is I like to go back and break it down a little bit more. Since it looked like 3L was the most productive place, let's just search 3L. And now let's say you know that when you go out in your body of water this time of year, your water temperature should be between 57 and 62. And now let's sort by sublocation. What's a sublocation? Sublocations are the creeks that are in the lakes. Here, with sublocation listed as none, they fished out in the main lake itself. When we get down to here, we have a 1C minor. It's going to break creeks down into major and minor creeks, and we're going to divide those the same way we did the lake, only this time they're going to be listed as 1C, 2C, 3C, and 4C. So as we're looking, we can see now that all the other responses, they were fishing in some portion of a minor creek. So now how helpful is that going to be to know when you go out in April, and if you have water temperatures in that 57 to 62 range, that you need to concentrate in the 3L section of the lake and fish in minor creeks? How much time is that going to save you? That's the power of the Find the Bass database. Now you also have to keep in mind that this information is from our very first month. Imagine what's going to be available in a year or 5 years. Now, what if the lake you're going to fish isn't listed in here yet? Will this work? Absolutely. The information that we're just looking at is from states as diverse as North Carolina, Arizona, Illinois, and others. The bass don't know what state they're from. They follow the same patterns under the same conditions everywhere. From here, you can break this out in any number of ways. You can start looking at your your water visibility and see how that affects the depth these fish were caught. You can take a look at weather conditions and analyze what that did to the patterns. You may want to do a search on a particular lake to see what the most dominant pattern was and decide to fish the second or third most popular entry to try and avoid the crowds. You may want to do a search on a particular technique like flipping to see where in the lake that will be the most effective. There are endless ways to utilize this information that will be found in this database, but for this tool to realize its potential, you can't just search for patterns, you have to post your fishing trips as well. The more information that's entered, the more powerful this tool becomes. Thanks for checking out findthebass.com, and feel free to contact me with any questions or comments. Thank you.